Hi students, good morning. Have you enjoyed the holidays? Hope all have enjoyed well. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 6, Rocks. Before starting the class, children please take chapter 6, Rocks, and mark important points. What are rocks? Yes, a rock is defined as an aggregate or mixture of minerals. The Earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks. So, rocks are differ from one another in texture, structure, color, mode of occurrence, and degree of resistance to denudation. So, the term rock refers not only to any hard solid matter like granite, but also to soft and loose particles like sand, silt, and clay derived from the earth. That means rocks consist of mineral elements. Scientists have identified more than 2000 mineral elements, but only a few are important as constituents of rocks. Rocks are made up of minerals. Most abundant mineral elements of the earth as a whole are iron, silicon, magnesium, nickel, sulfur, and calcium. The most abundant mineral elements of the crust are silicon, aluminium, iron, magnesium, calcium, potassium, and sodium. But the earth crust contains more of silicon and aluminium, whereas the earth as a whole contains more of iron, silica, and magnesium. Rocks are classified in several ways, but important classification is done on the basis of their origin. Three main types of rocks based on origin are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Let us study about the first category, that is igneous rocks. We know that the Earth's crust is made up of different types of rocks. The rocks which make up the maximum volume of the Earth's crust are called igneous rocks. The word igneous is derived from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. These rocks are associated with volcanic eruption. Let us study more about the igneous rocks, how they are formed. Okay? The liquid rock matter that we see coming out from the volcanoes, it is called magma. It is a hot liquid made of melted minerals. When this magma reaches the earth's surface, it is known as lava. Cooling and solidification of lava at the earth's surface result in the formation of extrusive igneous rocks. It is also known as volcanic rocks. Due to rapid cooling, their crystals are fine-grained. However, some of the magma cannot come out and settles inside the surface. The magma cools slowly beneath the Earth's surface as it is completely surrounded by the soil and rock present there. The cooling and solidification of magma at a depth within the earth crust result in the formation of rock having large crystals known as intrusive igneous rocks. So, we have learned that igneous rocks are of two types. Which are they? Yes, extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. Okay? It is interesting to know that igneous rocks were the first to be formed and are also known as primary rocks. Students, give reason. Igneous rocks are also called primary rocks. Yes, because they solidify from rock in a hot molten state of magma. Correct. Pumice and obsidian are extrusive igneous rocks. Pumice is used in making lightweight concrete. Obsidian is used in ornaments. Granite and diorite are intrusive igneous rocks. Both are used as building material. So students, we learned that igneous rocks are of two types. They are extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. The cooling and the solidification of lava at the Earth's surface result in the formation of extrusive igneous rocks. They are also known as volcanic rocks. The cooling and the solidification of magma at the depth within the earth crust result in the formation of intrusive igneous rocks. Okay? Students, when the magma solidifies below the earth's surface, it forms different types of intrusive rocks like batholiths, laccoliths, sills, dikes, necks, etc. Let us learn one by one. First one, batholiths. Batholiths are usually dome-shaped with no definite floor and they form cores of mountain ranges. They may be exposed to Earth's surface through continued erosion. They are chiefly composed of granite. Next one, laccoliths. The magma does not reach the crust of the earth. Magma becomes solid just below the crust. Different types of intrusions of magma form differently shaped landforms. The upper surface is dome-shaped, but the bottom is flat. That is called laccoliths. Next one is sills. Sometimes magma flows between layers of rocks horizontally. It then hardens there. This layer of intrusive rock is called sill. Next form of intrusive igneous rock is dikes. The magma, when forced upwards, fills vertical cracks or fissures in existing rocks and it then hardens there to form dikes. Intrusive igneous rocks are also called plutonic rocks because of slow cooling of magma at great depth, which leads to the formation of crystals of large size. On the basis of their chemical composition, igneous rocks are classified into acid igneous rocks and basic igneous rocks. Acid igneous rocks. These rocks have a silica content between 65 to 85%. They generally lack in iron and magnesium. Granite is acid igneous rock. It is made up of large crystals of quartz, feldspar and mica. It is commonly used as a building material. Next one is basic igneous rocks. They have higher percentage of oxides of denser elements and silica content varies between 40 to 60%. It is heavy and dark in color. Example, basalt, dolerite and gabbro.